Hello, guys. Good evening. Hey, Magdalene is joining. I need to see your cameras on, please. Oops, 2 people joining. Yinzing. Okay. Please, guys, make sure your camera is working. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking something over here. Okay, please, guys, cameras must be on. I'm checking the homework. Celine did her homework. Nathan did his homework. Okay, let me check the other ones. That was the 23rd. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if I see correctly, only 2 students did their homework. Am I right? How many of you done their homework? Please raise your hands. Celine, yes? And the rest of you? No homework. Nice. Well, very good. That means you're super ready for the class today. Yeah. Okay, Amber was absent last week. However, the link was in the WhatsApp group. So you can always get it from there. That's the first thing. How about you, Enki? Why don't you have a homework?
Pardon?
Do you have homework?
Yeah.
Yes? Why I don't see it?
Oh, I thought I did it.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't. Magdalene, do you have homework? You're not sure. I will tell you. You don't have homework. Carlisha, do you have homework?
No.
No. Okay. Why not, sweetie?
I forget to do it. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, no need for sorry. That's not for me. However, now each one of you needs to do the homework right away. Celine, sweetie, you can also do it, and Nathan as well. I know you did it. However, the points are not good enough, okay? So let's do it. You need to use the conditional. So you got 0, first and second conditional. And I understand, guys, they're a little bit difficult, but if you are avoiding them, it's not going to bring you success, okay? So you have to practice them. So now this is what we're going to start with. We're going to spend a little bit time on your homework because it was homework, but you didn't do it. So I send you the link. I'll share my screen. 1 second. Okay, and there you go. Now, if you are, by any chance, get less points than 7, you're going to have to redo it. Okay? So let's practice it. In the meanwhile, I want you to find the picture, the screenshot that I sent it to you 3 classes ago, I believe. And make sure you are comparing every answer to it. We spoke about zero conditional, first conditional, and second conditional quite some time now, and you have to feel a little bit more comfortable with that. So please find your picture, the screenshot. I'll send it one more time. So open the link, do your homework now because that was homework, but you were too lazy to do it. So you're gonna have to do it now. However, students that they don't have camera, I need you to text me why your camera is off. Magdalene texted me, so GAU, Jason, Herlisher. You need to tell me, guys, why your camera is off.
Teacher, I'm using iPad, so.
Okay. Yes, when you're working on the screen, it doesn't work. That's fine with you. Thank you. Jason as well. Okay, good. All right, then that's fine. Hi, Aiden.
Sorry about that, teacher. My Wi-Fi kind of lag, so I restart my
That's
computer.
okay. That's okay. You're here. Have you done your homework?
I haven't because suddenly the Wi-Fi lagged, so I didn't. The whole computer I need to restart it. Can you send me a link again?
Okay, you're gonna have to do it again.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
So, let me send the link again for you as well. Okay. All right. Here is the link for you.
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome. Jason, I cannot help you with that. You have to change your browser. Your sister also often she has problems. But I think you need to change your browser. I don't know what you're using, but I have like 4 of them. Gia, you do it again. Jason, do it again. Amber, well done. Celine, well done. Good job. This was supposed to be homework, but you just have to do it. I'm sorry. Now, guys, the truth is, if you don't learn the conditionals now, further on it's going to be much harder. So again, I'd rather focus now. I'd rather be a little bit late with the material, but then you're going to learn this rather than, just go forward with the material and you don't know how to master this. So that's why we're doing it. So if you've done your homework, you should have done this now. Again, what, Jason? I can see you have all the answers, but most of them are wrong. You mean do you have to do it again? Well, you should. Yeah. If that was the question. Because I thought, how I understood you previously, that you couldn't submit the task due to certain things, like you just sent it empty. That was what I was thinking before. But seems like you complete the task. All right. Okay, JU, much better. Thank you. Okay, Nathan, much better score now. Thank you. The first time when you did your homework was a little bit weaker. This is much better. Good job. Aiden, that's a very bad score. Yinzin and Jason, it's okay. You don't have to do it again. From now on, guys, if you're texting me messages and you're not opening your microphones, I'm not going to reply to you because you need to practice speaking as well. But for you, it's much easier to text me rather than speaking. So from now on, don't text me. If you want to say something, raise your hand, open your microphone, tell me what you want to say or ask me what you want to say. All right? We are here to improve all our skills. However, some of you really, you're just texting me all the time. Maybe because you are in a louder environment, maybe just because you don't feel comfortable talking to me, or I don't know. But as I said, from now on, unless it's something that is very private, then absolutely it's fine. You can text me. However, asking me about certain exercises, should I do the exercise again and stuff like that, you're going to have to open your microphone and speak with me. We have to be a little bit strict now. So as we're getting closer to the final stage of this course, obviously, and also the examination, right? It's going to be end of November, beginning of December, which means that we need to be prepared as much as we can. But if you just keep your microphones muted and you don't speak to me, what progress do we make? No progress. Therefore, when you need to speak something or if I ask you a question, you're going to have to open your microphone, no texting. You can text your friends, not me. Again, unless it's something private, okay? Something you don't feel comfortable saying it out loud, then in that case, absolutely, it's fine. You can send me a private message. Let's see the rest of the year. Curlisher, not good, sweetie. Not good. I'm going to send you, that's the thing. You're not opening the picture, the file that I sent it to you, as I said, 2 or 3 classes ago, I believe. If you've learned the rules, it will be so easy for you. But I think you don't even try to find the screenshot, the picture that I sent it to you. I am sending it now. So make sure you are doing it correctly this time. Those of you who are not sure about the answers, I send you a screenshot from the conditionals. Make sure you're using them correctly. Must be correct. See what you've done. Seems like it's difficult. Guys, you have 3 more minutes to submit this. 3 more minutes. Because there are a lot of things we need to cover today, so we don't really have enough time for you to do the homework during the class. So please, guys, submit your homework. Thank you, Enki. Please, guys, submit your homework. You had more than half an hour to do so, so I think it's more than enough. Magdalene, thank you. Guys, please submit your homework. I don't think like you're listening to me when I say. Aiden, submit it. Sheehan, please submit it. Herlisher, please submit it. Yinzing, please submit it.
Teacher, I not yet done the thing.
You're not done.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetie, as much as you have, because we have to do something else. So it's been more than enough. And anyway, this wasn't a school task. It was basically for your homework. So I need you to submit it, please. Okay, Yinzin, that's a good score. Aiden, this is even worse than before because you only have a couple of them. Okay. Okay, we need to start with our lesson, guys, unfortunately. So I don't really have time to go through the exercise now, but let me see how much time I'm going to have at the end of the class, okay? Because if this is a big issue, like if the conditionals, you're not really getting them, unfortunately, we cannot really continue to improve our grammar skills because conditionals are actually one of the easiest things. And if you can really master this, then we're having a kind of an issue that we need to fix. That's okay, we'll fix it. However, guys, as much as I'm trying to help you, you need to help yourself as well. So if you don't open the picture that I sent it to you and you don't know the rules for the first conditional, second conditional, and the zero conditional, how are you going to do the exercise? It's impossible, okay? So you have to be careful of that. Anyway, today we're starting Unit 9, talking about the secret of the mind. The first question I want to ask you is, what makes you happy? Amber, I'll start with you. What makes you happy?
Teacher, I don't think this is our textbook.
No? Hold on. Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, that's fine. Ignore the book. Ignore the book. That was the question. Here is my book. Thank you for that. Tell me, what makes you happy?
Listening to music because I really love music and it's really important in my life because I've been learning piano since I'm 5.
Okay. And how can the music make you happy?
Like when I listen to some happy lyrics, it will also make me feel happy.
Okay, good. And what does happiness mean actually? How do you know that you are happy?
It's a really unique feeling, like when I feel happy.
Okay, interesting. And how do you feel when you are unhappy?
I'll feel sad.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about people and personalities that, for example, they say that being active makes them happy in any kind of activity? Maybe like they're preferring to play some sports, or maybe like, to me personally, what makes me happy is cleaning. I love cleaning. I can clean all day. It just makes me happy. But I do know a lot of people that really, really hate cleaning, and they say, well, I would do anything else apart from cleaning. What do you think about people that basically like they want to do certain type of sports and they feel happy, or people that maybe they want to do certain, I don't know, maybe gardening, maybe cleaning like me? What do you think about that? Do you think that's a true happiness, or it's just because, you know, they just want to do something that is a little bit different?
I think that's true happiness because everyone feels happy in a different way.
Okay. Do you know someone who has like strange hobby that makes them happy?
For now, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right, good. Yinzin, how about you? What makes you happy?
Watch some funny video.
Watching some funny videos. Okay. What kind of funny videos?
Like pranks.
What do you like to watch? For me, for example, I like to watch some animal videos. I love that.
Like some cartoon.
Pardon, sweetie?
Cartoon.
I couldn't hear you very well.
Cartoon.
Cartoons. Okay. What kind of cartoons? What is your favorite cartoon then?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Okay, good. All right. Thank you. Nathan, do you like sports?
Yeah, like hiking.
Okay. Why? Why do you like hiking?
Because I can enjoy the natural view when I was hiking, and it was kind of fun.
Okay. What do you think about people that they don't want sport? Do you think they're happy people?
Yeah, maybe, but they might get fat because they are not healthy.
Ah, so you mean that fat people are not happy?
I'm not really sure about it.
Okay, good. Enki, how about you? What makes you happy?
Friends and family makes me happy, or like do stuff I enjoy.
Like what?
Like playing games or like drawing.
Drawing makes you happy.
Like playing games like drawing or like hanging out with friends and family. Or like
yeah,
going on a residential with my classmates and all those trip stuff.
Okay. But how about sports?
Sports. The only thing sport does to me is sweat, and it makes me worn out.
And you don't like that feeling?
It's okay. I get myself exercise, I can get a bit taller. It makes me all feel all warmed up, and I get really pumped up.
Okay, that's cool. Good, perfect. Aiden, how about you? Are you a sports type? Do you like sports?
I like sport, but not that kind of badminton or like more sport. I think I mean like racing, that kind of sport. I see some F1 with my fathers when they have race, like qualifying race and
Okay.
time lap.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So we're starting a new unit because, well, potentially should be, well, this is the 5th week, right? So usually we have 4 weeks for one unit. However, today we have a class because we didn't have class on the beginning of May. I can't remember what date was. It was the first or the second one. So today is the 5th week, but that means that we actually need to start the new unit. You know, it usually goes 1 unit per month. However, sometimes we might just running a little bit late, or sometimes we even go a little bit forward. That's okay. My job is obviously to cover all the material from the book, which I'm doing it. However, certain points like grammar, for example, sometimes could be a little bit more demanding. So we need to practice that as well. However, today we're going to start with Unit 9, which is all about health and staying fit and healthy food and so on. Now, also later today, I need to give you a little bit of update for the upcoming mock test, which is going to happen next week and the week after. But I will explain that a little bit later because I want us to start with our book, which is on page 80. Stay fit and healthy. So first thing, you need to do your kind of a quiz thing over here. And then you need to go on page 162, sorry. So you need to go to page 162 to see what will be your score. You are having 6 questions. I'm gonna let you do that in your own time. And then I'm going to ask you if you are like, how many points did you get? So be careful with that. Yes, Celine? Once you're ready, guys, just give me thumbs up, please. This is just question, like personal questions, and you can share your opinion about it. Later today, we will have a little bit of speaking, talking about sports and healthy activity. You're going to have to make some questions at the same time, practice how to give good answers. Anyone ready? Okay, Amber is ready. Thank you. Are you ready? Anyone else ready? Thank you, Jiayu. Who else is ready? Nathan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Why didn't you raise your hand?
Oh, I thought I raised my hand.
Did you? Okay, I didn't see it. Enki, are you ready?
Yes.
Why didn't you raise your hand as well?
I forgot to. I'm sorry.
Carlisha, are you ready?
Yes.
And you didn't raise your hand as well?
Teacher, I just now put thumbs up because I thought
okay. Magdalene, are you ready? Chien, are you ready? Sweetie, your microphone is not working. Okay, so Yinzi, how many points did you have?
5.
How many?
5.
5. Okay, do you agree with the written description?
Yes.
Yes, okay. It says, you could be fitter. You're quite relaxed, and while taking it easy can be a good idea, it shouldn't take too much extra effort to do the recommended 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. You enjoy spending time with your friends, so why not take up an activity together? It can be anything from a street dance class to basketball. Or if you don't fancy organized classes, go out dancing instead of sitting around doing nothing. Celine, how about you? How many points did you got?
6.
6. Okay, do you agree with what was written?
Yes.
Yes. Does anyone, guys, got 9 or more points? Nobody? Okay. Anyone got less than 4? Or 4? Nope. Oh, so everyone is in the middle. Oh my, lazy generation.
Absolutely 0.
Enki, how many points?
0.
Are you kidding me? You're not
No.
keen on exercise, are you? By not getting a minimum 30 minutes of activity a day, you're missing a great way to feel less stressed, sleep better, and get more energy. As it is all new to you, start with a little at first. Remember, you can do parts of your half hour at different times. So why not walk to work, clean the house, go for a swim? Anything that stops you sitting on the sofa, really. Okay, you don't have to run 40 kilometers to improve your fitness. Enki, what do you think about score? I think it's quite bad. What do you think? Do you think you need to change something or no?
I think I'll stick with it.
Oh my, okay. All right, interesting. Now, guys, exercise, I mean, I do hate exercise. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just being honest. I hate it so much because I don't like to sweat. I really don't like to sweat. However, you're still young, and that means that now you are kind of growing, you're growing taller, you're getting smarter because you're studying and stuff like that. So being physically active is very important. It's important for everyone, not just for you. However, you are in that stage, becoming like almost to be teenagers. Maybe some of you are into that. Remember, teenagers, teen age. That comes from 13, right? Because we have 11, 12. Then we go 13, which means you're teenagers. Well, you're going to be a late teenager up until 19. But after that, you're going to be adult. Basically, you become an adult after the age of 18. However, if we stick to the general rules, we're going to say that you will become an adult when you are 18 or 19. But let me go back to this question. Being active is actually very important, not just for the body. Body is one thing, but also for the brain. Why? Because every time when you exercise or do a certain kind of activity, you're getting some oxygen. What is the oxygen that we breathe? That's the oxygen coming out from our mouth or nose, depends how you're breathing. That's biology. I'm not going to go into it. So every time when you inhale, you're taking oxygen. But if you're just being too lazy and you're having the same oxygen that is in your room, sometimes you're going to feel tired. Maybe you're going to have a headache. It's not really ideal. It's not perfect. So being active physically can actually improve your memory. You're going to learn much faster. You're going to have more energy. Everything you're going to eat, you're going to burn because it's calorie, right? Ideally, you should be active. That comes from a lazy person, okay? That comes from a lazy person. But I go on and off. I have some periods when I'm super physically active. Doesn't matter if it's cleaning or if it's gardening or if I'm just walking, doesn't matter. Well, today actually, I walked quite a bit. I have 18,000 steps so far and it's 2:30. So until I go to bed, probably I'm going to have over 20,000 steps, which is good. But that's only today because I had an early morning walk with my dog for about 2.5 hours roughly, which doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. Today was the day. Tomorrow will be a lazy day. However, make sure, guys, that you are doing some physical activities because it's good for the brain. You're going to pick up information much faster. You're going to learn much faster, and it's better. I'm going to give you a short break now. Let me just go back to my page over here. Yes, here we are. All right. Because once we're back, we're going to do a little bit of listening. And after that, I'm going to give you information about your mock exam, mock test, which is going to be next week and the week after, because we need to separate it. We need actually a little bit more time. But first things first, let's take a short break, 5 to 7 minutes. Go to the toilet now, get some water, whatever you need to do. Be back and we will continue. See you in a couple of minutes. Okay, guys, let's get back, please. Thank you, Amber, Nathan, Yinzin. The rest of you, please, guys, turn on your cameras. Okay, so because our topic is stay fit and healthy, today we're going to start with a little bit of listening. So we're going to have a certain conversation, okay, but it's a different situation. So your job now to start with, you're going to have to go through each of the questions and focus on the key words, okay? So let's give an example because we've done this before, you know how to do it, but let me just remind you one more time. Question 1 says, you will hear a woman telling her friend about running in a 20-kilometer race. Why did she decide to run in the race? Amber, what do you think is the key word over here?
I think it's decide.
Decide, absolutely. So guys, you need to focus on the decision. Why did she decide? And now let's take a look at the options. A friend intended to take part, she wanted to win a prize, or it would improve her level of fitness. So a key point of this will be, for example, a friend really not that much, or a friend intended maybe win a prize and improve level of fitness or improve her fitness. Okay, so first thing, remember, you go through the questions, focus on the key words. What is the key word? What is the thing that I need to focus on so I can get the correct answer? Then you're going to skim read them. Obviously, guys, skim reading it should go a little bit faster because you're not going to have enough time to read each of the questions like I read it now. So you're just going to have to go a little bit faster and try to determine. Remember, you're going to hear it twice, so that's a relief, I would say. Okay, but I'm going to give you 1 minute to go through the questions, underline the keywords, find the keywords that you think are important. We're going to play the audio twice, and you're going to check out your answers, and then we're going to check them out together. So you're having 1 minute to read the questions and the answers as well, and find the keywords, of course. I'm giving you some time, and I'm going to play it for you. Okay, so get ready. Let me just put on the sound. Okay, I think this should be the number. Let me double check.
Unit 9, Vocabulary. Unit 9, Listening, Part 2. Exercise 2.
Hear it twice.
For each question, choose the correct answer. 1. You will hear a girl telling her friend about running in a 20-kilometer race.
Why did you run in that 20-kilometer race over the weekend? To get fit?
Well, as you know, I do a lot of athletics training most weeks, so a single race wouldn't really make any difference. But my friend Julia, who keeps fit by running in other races like this, told me the winner gets £500. I thought if I could somehow manage to come first, I'd be able to give that to a good charity. So I went online, found the website and registered for it straight away.
Did you win?
I came second, but I still made £200 for charity.
2. You will hear two friends talking about a film they have just watched.
So what did you think of the film?
It was pretty good, I thought. It was quite long, but it was certainly more interesting than the last one we watched.
I don't know. I found it rather slow and a bit hard to follow in places. And I noticed a lot of people in the seats around us left before it ended.
Yes, they did. And it was a shame because they missed the best bit in the last few minutes. I really didn't expect it to finish like that.
That was quite a shock, wasn't it?
Three. You will hear a boy telling his friend about his bicycle.
I think I've just seen an ad on the notice board for your bike. Are you really selling it?
Yes, it's in great condition and I should get a good price for it. Then I can get a brand new phone.
I'm really surprised. I often see you riding it when I'm going to school, even on cold winter mornings.
Yes, I know I'll miss it, but I won't get enough money to replace it with another one and buy a new phone. The screen on the one I've got is just too small, and it's damaged too.
Four. You will hear a young man telling his friend about a concert he went to.
I heard you went to the concert in the park on Saturday night with your family. How was it?
Well, it was a bit of a disappointment. The band didn't play any of their big hits, just a load of new songs from their latest album, and they seemed to go on for hours. Like a lot of other people there, we went home quite a while before the end, because it just wasn't interesting. The only good thing, really, was that the concert was free.
Five. You will hear a boy telling his friend about his illness.
I saw you were off school at the end of last week, and someone said you were ill. What was the matter?
Yes, I had a nasty cough, a sore throat and a stomachache, but fortunately that's gone now.
So, do you feel better today?
I've still got a headache and I can't do much before I need a rest. Maybe it's because I wasn't eating properly until today. But at least I've got rid of the fever I had.
Good. Remember to keep warm and have plenty of drinks, especially hot ones.
6. You will hear two friends talking about their local sports centre.
There are definitely lots of things to do at that new sports centre next to the park.
If you like team sports or racket sports, yes. But there should be things like athletics and gymnastics too.
Their swimming pools are really good size though, and entrance is free for school students.
I should go more often because it's only about 10 minutes by bus from my place.
And even less from mine. Actually, I could walk there instead and save a bit of money.
If we have enough time, let's go next weekend.
Okay, so we've heard it once. Now we're going to check it one more time. Make sure that you're checking your answers. Maybe you have all the answers, but now is the time for you to check out your answers. Okay? Let's hear it again. Play.
Unit 9. Listening, Part 2. Exercise 2.
For each question, choose the correct answer. 1. You will hear a girl telling her friend about running in a 20-kilometre race.
Why did you run in that 20-kilometre race over the weekend? To get fit?
Well, as you know, I do a lot of athletics training most weeks, so a single race wouldn't really make any difference. But my friend Julia, who keeps fit by running in other races like this, told me the winner gets £500. I thought if I could somehow manage to come first, I'd be able to give that to a good charity. So I went online, found the website and registered for it straight away.
Did you win?
I came second, but I still made £200 for charity.
2. You will hear two friends talking about a film they have just watched.
So what did you think of the film?
It was pretty good, I thought. It was quite long, but it was certainly more interesting than the last one we watched.
I don't know. I found it rather slow and a bit hard to follow in places.
And I noticed a lot of people in the seats around us left before it ended.
Yes, they did. And it was a shame because they missed the best bit in the last few minutes. I really didn't expect it to finish like that.
That was quite a shock, wasn't it?
Three. You will hear a boy telling his friend about his bicycle.
I think I've just seen an ad on the notice board for your bike. Are you really selling it?
Yes, it's in great condition and I should get a good price for it. Then I can get a brand new phone.
I'm really surprised. I often see you riding it when I'm going to school, even on cold winter mornings.
Yes, I know I'll miss it, but I won't get enough money to replace it with another one and buy a new phone. The screen on the one I've got is just too small, and it's damaged too.
Four. You will hear a young man telling his friend about a concert he went to.
I heard you went to the concert in the park on Saturday night with your family. How was it?
Well, it was a bit of a disappointment. The band didn't play any of their big hits, just a load of new songs from their latest album, and they seemed to go on for hours. Like a lot of other people there, we went home quite a while before the end, because it just wasn't interesting. The only good thing, really, was that the concert was free.
Five. You will hear a boy telling his friend about his illness.
I saw you were off school at the end of last week, and someone said you were ill. What was the matter?
Yes, I had a nasty cough, a sore throat and a stomachache, but fortunately that's gone now.
So, do you feel better today?
I've still got a headache and I can't do much before I need a rest. Maybe it's because I wasn't eating properly until today. But at least I've got rid of the fever I had.
Good. Remember to keep warm and have plenty of drinks, especially hot ones.
Six. You will hear two friends talking about their local sports centre.
There are definitely lots of things to do at that new sports centre next to the park.
If you like team sports or racket sports, yes. But there should be things like athletics and gymnastics too.
Their swimming pools are really good size though, and entrance is free for school students.
I should go more often because it's only about 10 minutes by bus from my place.
And even less from mine. Actually, I could walk there instead and save a bit of money.
If we have enough time, let's go next weekend.
All right, let's check out the answers. Let's see what you have. We're going to start with the first question. Let's clear this. And I'm going to just follow my list. I'll start with Yinzin. Yinzin, number 1, please.
B. She wanted to win a prize.
She wanted to win a prize. Do we agree this is the correct answer? Yep. Perfect. Very well. Celine, let's go to the second question, please.
A.
There was a surprising ending. All right. Do we agree this is the correct answer? Yeah. Good. Awesome. Thank you. Nathan, number 3, please.
It was better than the previous film they saw. B.
Sorry, sweetie, what is the correct answer?
B.
B. Okay. B. Do we agree B is the correct answer? Yeah. Cool. Thank you. GAU, number 4 for you, please. Okay, cool. Do we agree that's the correct answer? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Next one is Jason, number 5, please. Jason? Felicia, number 5.
You will hear a man telling his friends about his illness. How does he feel now? C. He gets tired very quickly.
Perfect, very well, thank you. Do we agree that's the correct answer? All right, and going for the last question for Cheyenne. Sweetie, microphone is not working. We cannot hear you. Text me the answer, please. Cheyenne, can you text me the answer? A, B, or C? B. All right. Guys, do you agree B is the correct answer? All right. Now, I want to see how many of you have 6 out of 6. Raise your hands. Emoji. Any reaction. Okay, cool. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. How many of you have 5 correct answers? Enki and Celine, put your hands down. You raised for 6. Okay, thank you, Nathan. How many of you guys have 4 correct answers? Yinzin, okay. Anyone has 3 correct answers? Okay, so the majority of you had 6 correct answers. Perfect, good job. Now, again, when you're having a listening test, make sure first you read the question before you actually hear the audio, okay? And search for the keywords. Once you find the keywords, you exactly know what you need to focus on when you're going to listen to the audio, okay? All right, cool. That's very well. Let's clear it up. Now, another thing that goes for people that are, exercising, like sports, maybe you don't like sports, come with illnesses and accidents. What's the difference? What is the difference between illness and accidents? Who knows? Amber, what do you think? Illnesses and accidents, what's the difference?
I think accident is more serious than illness.
You think accident is more serious? Okay. Can you give me an example of an illness and of an accident?
For illness, maybe fever, and accident, car accident.
Car accident. Okay, in this case, yes, definitely car accident will be a little bit more serious. Okay, so guys, an accident could be something that maybe you weren't very careful and something happened. For example, you can have like a cut. Maybe you're cutting something and you can cut your finger, maybe not the whole finger, but it's just gonna have like a tiny scratch and then you're gonna start bleeding. Or maybe you're gonna run, you're gonna fall down and maybe you're gonna, I don't know, hurt your arm or leg. Could be even worse than that, you might gonna break a bone. I did it. As a kid, I broke my arm like here at the top of it. Twice actually. It was very painful. So I wouldn't recommend you to do so. Of course, nobody wants to break anything on their body, but sometimes you just need to be a little bit more cautious in order to prevent yourself. Prevention, to prevent, means that you have to be careful. Let's say if you're running, make sure you're first doing some warm-ups, right? Maybe some stretching or I don't know, some light exercises before you start doing the running, or I don't know if you play any other sport. However, illness can be, for example, Maybe you need to go and have a medical operation. Maybe, you know, you're not feeling well and maybe they need to remove something from a person's body, or I don't know, maybe, well, I mean, you're still kids, so most likely that's not going to happen to you. But usually this happens with elder people, right? So maybe they need to be under some medical treatment, and maybe they need to be cut something from the inside, take it out. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so we're not going to speak about that. However, again, accident is something that it's unexpected. However, you know, if you need to have a medical operation in your body, doesn't mean that you expected that, right? But it means that something needs to be healed in a different way. Also, when you have a cough, you're ill. That's not an accident. You're just having an illness or you're sick. Now, over here, we're going to hear, yes, a couple of sentences. And then will be a couple of questions. I had a nasty cough, a sore throat, and a stomachache. Now, this word over here, A-C-H-E, it's ache, ache, stomachache, toothache, earache, headache, ache. Ache means pain, something hurts you, okay? So let me just play these sentences for you, and then we're going to answer those questions, and then we're going to see certain words for illnesses and certain words for accidents and treatments as well. So let's play that. Here it is.
Unit 9. Vocabulary. Exercise 1.
I had a nasty cough, a sore throat and a stomachache.
Okay, let's play it one more time.
Unit 9. Vocabulary. Exercise 1.
I had a nasty cough, a sore throat and a stomachache.
And a stomachache. All right, cool. So let's take a look at the questions that we have. How do we say the underlined words? Did you notice? Cough. Cough. This is F. Why am I writing with the yellow one? Sorry. So this is F. Cough. Sore throat. Th. Th. TH, remember, H, we don't really pronounce it. Throat. Stomach, CH. In this case will be K. Stomachache, stomachache. Okay? Sometimes I hear this H, that's not an H. Remember, ache, ache, stomachache. Okay, next one is all those words that we need to place them in separate categories. So we have illnesses. We're going to mark illnesses with red. Then we're going to have accidents with green. And purple will be for treatments. So let's see which one are illnesses. Let me see where did I stop with my list? Okay, I'll go with Amber. Amber, can you tell us which words are illnesses, please? Let's start with illnesses.
Fever.
1 second, sweetie. Let me just. Okay, let me take my pencil. Okay, fever. Oh, no. Hold on. Why it's not red? Okay, fever.
Earache.
Earache. Okay, cool.
Flu.
Flu, yes.
High temperature.
High temperature, very well. And I think that's it. Okay, let's go with Magdalene. Accident. Where's Magdalene? I don't see Magdalene. Oh, she's not here. Okay, Enki, can you go with Accidents, please.
Accidents. Bruise.
Okay, bruise, yes.
It's the first row.
Pardon?
Maybe fracture.
Fracture, okay, fracture, very well.
Sprain.
Sprain, okay.
Wound.
Wound, yeah. Wound, where is wound? Okay.
Plaster cast.
Which one, sweetie? Plaster cast? No, not plaster cast.
What's
I think that's pretty. I'll explain in a second. Yes, I'll explain what is it.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the last or the left ones are all treatments. Aspirin, bandage, medicine, operation, pill, plaster, plaster cast, test, and an x-ray. First of all, we all know what is an aspirin, right? When you have a headache, you can, or any kind of pain, you can have an aspirin. What is a bandage? Aiden.
Bandage is for
what is
teacher, I don't know.
Who knows what is a bandage? Or bandage?
Bandage is like the sticker of the cotton in the middle. Is put it on.
Okay. Do you know what, guys? I think for me it's better because you might not gonna understand the words. So what we're gonna do, I am going to I'm gonna share my screen like this so you can see the picture. And please write the words down in your notebook. You need to know each single word. What does it mean? Okay. Maybe you don't know the words in English, but maybe you don't even understand what does that mean. So that's why I'm gonna show a picture from it. Okay. Let me just share my full screen. Okay. So here it is. This is a bandage. Okay. This is a bandage. So if you have a fracture, right, they're gonna put a bandage on the top of it, and you'll be good to go. How about a bruise? You hit yourself, for example, I'm full with bruises, like I have them everywhere. My skin is too sensitive, too white, it's actually very fair. Fair means light. So if I hit myself, I always have a bruise. And usually they go green and then they go purple, and pretty much they change all the color. So bruise is when you hit yourself unintentionally and then you have like a mark. It's temporary, okay? So it's not permanent. How about cut? You're doing something, maybe you can also have a paper cut. You know, sometimes when you have like a paper and then when you rip it off, like maybe the edges are very sharp. So when you touch it, it actually gonna make you like a cut on your finger. So paper cut or cut. But it could also be more deeper cut. It depends what you cut with it. What cuts you? Earache. You're having a pain in your ear. I have that quite often, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, the next one is fever. Fever means usually during the pandemic, like during COVID, a lot of people got fever. So what happened is your body is very hot and you're gonna touch like your forehead and your body literally, it's too hot, and sometimes you can even shake, like you can't do anything else, okay? However, high temperature is less than fever. So think about this. If this is the high temperature, you're feeling hot, you're a little bit warm, then you have high temperature. However, if you're having high temperature and you're a little bit shaky and you feel cold, in that case, you have fever. Flu. Usually flu comes in winter when you're like coughing, when it's cold outside, you're coughing, you're sneezing, you can hardly speak, you have congestion in your nose, like you have a runny nose. That's a flu. fracture. Fracture, for example, as I said previously, I broke my arm twice when I was 5, 6 years old, probably. So I had a fracture on my bone. My bone wasn't like this, right? But it was broken in the middle, or it was like maybe not broken completely in the middle, but it was broken. That's the easiest way probably to say it. Fracture. You can have a fracture on your finger, on your arm, anywhere that you have a bone. And we have quite a lot of bones in our body. Okay, then we have injury. Injury is, for example, when you have a fracture, will be an injury. I had an injury this morning. Or maybe you were running and then you sprain your ankle and you're having an injury. Medicine. Medicine is when you need to drink something. Maybe they give you a tablet or some kind of liquid syrup that you need to take. So that's a medicine. Operation, when you go to the hospital and maybe they need to cut your body, remove something from the body, do something in the body, that will be an operation. Pill or a tablet, same thing. Plaster. So let me show you a plaster. You know plaster. When you cut yourself, you can put a plaster, like, not that one, like this. That's a plaster. Plaster. Let's see plaster cast. Okay, so this is a plaster cast. When you break your arm or leg, they need to put it in the plaster cast. Remember, plaster, the little one, is when you have like a cut or something, maybe you scratched yourself and it's bleeding. So you need to put a plaster. However, if you break your arm or your leg, God forbid, hopefully that's not going to happen, you need to wear a plaster cast. I remember my arm was like this for about a month, I think, and I did that twice, so I wasn't happy. It wasn't a happy moment, so you need to be very careful. Sprain. When you're running, and if you don't do a proper warm-up, for example, if you're running like this, and if you kind of twist your ankle, you can sprain your ankle. Sprain. Test, you know what test is? Wound. Well, wound, I'm not going to show you a picture. I'm going to try to describe it because it's not nice to see. A wound is, for example, maybe something bites you or you hurt yourself. Maybe you cut yourself with something. And, you know, when you can see like you have like a hole in your body, not a big one, but still, you know, like a tiny hole and it's bleeding. I know it's not the most happiest picture that you can imagine, but every time when something happens like in your body and you start bleeding, maybe you hit yourself or something drop on your arm or your fingers or something like that, then you're gonna have a wound. But usually if you're watching movies, so every time when there is a gun involved, like shotgun, gun, a pistol, doesn't matter what, you are wounding someone. If you shoot at someone, they're gonna get a wound. And then we're having x-ray. So before you have a plaster cast, you need to do an x-ray so the doctor can see basically the inside of your body. You know, like if we're looking at like this, we see nothing, right? We can just see skin. However, inside of the skin, we have the bones, and only with an x-ray machine, you can check out your bones. Sometimes we can do an x-ray for our teeth, for example, if we're having like a pain in our teeth, and we need to go to the dentist, and the dentist will say, we need to do an x-ray. So they're going to put a machine, and there's like a tool they're going to put in your mouth, and then there is a machine that is going to scan this area for you. Now, obviously, people are avoiding x-rays as much as they can because they're not good for our body. However, people that like to travel, if you remember, if you've been somewhere with a plane, there is also an x-ray at the airport as well, because, you know, people doing strange things. So you need to go through the x-ray. So the x-ray machine will scan if you have something in your body that's not supposed to be there. That's not good for the bad guys, right? Okay, so next, what I'm gonna ask you to do is, because I'm not gonna give you homework because next week you have to practice something else. I'm gonna explain that in a second. Let's do the following exercise. Over here, you need to write the verb forms of the nouns. Remember, in English, we have actually next level. Those of you that are going to continue next level with SCE, the word formation will be one of the must exercises. What does that mean? You're going to have the plain word or the infinitive word, and then you have to change it. You might need to add up a prefix or a suffix, and the word will change. But your job is to know what is a noun, what is a verb. Now, over here, that's a relief because all of these 5 words are actually verbs. Your job is to find the nouns. How can you do that? I would advise you to go to Cambridge. Let me just see. Okay, here. Cambridge Dictionary. Oops.
Quiz.
Oops.
A series of multiple choice questions.
Oh my goodness, that wasn't supposed to play. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just give you Cambridge Dictionary. So let's say if you search for sprain, okay, let's take a look. So it says a verb, right? To cause an injury to a joint. Remember, the sprain usually happens maybe like here on the wrist or on your feet down there, where you have like the proper feet and your leg. So somewhere in here. So your job is to go through this and you're going to have to find what is the noun. I showed you the first one, but I'm going to send you the link. So all you have to do is find the nouns of the verbs given in the book. You only have 5. So you got injury, injure. Be careful, you might injure yourself. I have an injure. Okay, let's take a look. What is the noun of cut? Enki. I'm sorry, sweetie, I cannot hear you.
Pardon?
What is the noun of cut? I cannot hear you. Who knows, guys? What is the noun of cut? Amber?
Cut.
Cut is cut. Yeah, cut is a verb, cut is a noun. Thank you. How about, guys, bruise? What is the noun of bruise? Same. Bruise is the same. Okay. What is the noun of cough? Same. Cough. What is the noun of sprain?
Sprain.
Same. Sprain. So sometimes you can see one word. It could be a noun. It could be a verb as well. But how are you going to figure out in a sentence? How are you going to figure out what is a noun? What is a verb? Let me write you one example. I bruise easily. I have a bruise on my arm. In the first sentence, I bruise easily. That's actually a song. I Bruise Easily by Natasha Bedingfield, I think. It's an old song. I bruise easily. So what is bruise in this sentence? Okay, what is easily? What kind of word is easily? GAU, what is easily in this sentence?
Verb.
Pardon? What is easily?
Adverb.
Perfect. So this easily is an adverb. So if this is an adverb, let's put it over here, adverb. What is the job of an adverb in a sentence? What do they explain? Curlisher.
Adverbs is like
No, sweetie, what do they explain in a sentence?
they
Verb?
explain the bruise.
No.
Bruise
What kind
is,
of word? Sweetie, look at this. Adverb. What do they explain? Verbs or nouns?
Verb.
Verb. Okay, so in this sentence, bruise will be verb. Okay, why? Because most of the time, I say most of the time because there are some exceptions. Most of the time, if you have a word that ends up with ly, most likely it's an adverb. However, the adverb explains what? The verb. And which words explain the noun? Celine, which words explain the noun?
I'm not sure.
Okay, who is sure? Who knows? Adjectives. So adjective explain the noun, adverb explains the verb. Easy as that. So in this sentence, the first one I explained, bruise will be a verb because easily it's an adverb. But let's take a look at the bottom one. I'll take blue. Take a look at bruise and take a look at have. Now, my main verb in the sentence is I have. This is the verb. So if this is the verb, then bruise will be a noun. What do you have? I have a bruise. So this is the easiest way, and most likely it's the only way that you can determine, or you can figure out, or you can find out what does this word mean in a sentence. Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? So you need to analyze the sentence and see what kind of words you have. So because in the first one, we don't have another verb, right? I bruise easily. But remember, in English, if we want to build a sentence, we must have a subject and object. We need to know who is doing the action, what is the action, which means we need to have a verb and a noun. Therefore, if we know that easily is an adverb, most likely bruise will be a verb. But in longer sentences, you need to see how many verbs do you have and what is the main verb in the sentence. Okay, let's make another one with cut. Yesterday, I cut my finger with a can. You know, sometimes when you want to open a can, you can literally cut your finger. I hope that hasn't happened to you. Hopefully, it does happen to me a couple of times. But this is just an example, okay? So, yesterday, I cut my finger with a can. The cut on my finger is deep. Nathan, tell me about the first sentence. What is cut in the first sentence? Is it a verb or is it a noun? Nathan, are you here? How do I find these students that are not here? That's because I don't see my list. I just know who is here. Okay, that's fine, no problem. You. Cut. What is cut in the first sentence? Is it a verb or is it a noun? How do you know?
Because
Because why?
it is behind the subject.
Okay. Do we have another verb in the sentence?
No.
No, we don't have. That's why cut over here will be a verb because take a look at it. Yesterday, I cut my finger with a can. I don't have another verb, so cut must be a verb. I cut. It's the action, cut. But the second one, the cut on my finger is deep. Where is the verb in this sentence? Aiden, the cut on my finger is deep. Where is the verb?
Cut.
No. Enki, where is the verb in the second sentence? Who knows? Amber, do you know?
Teacher, is it my finger?
No, sweetie, that's not a verb. You forgot this. Guys, is. But which verb is from? How do we call the verb? To be. That's a verb. I am, you are, he is, we are, you are, they are. So that's a verb. That is the most important verb that you have to remember, which is the verb to be. So in the second sentence, is the verb, right? So I know that is the verb, okay? But look at this, the cut on my finger. Where? On my finger. So the cut will be a noun. There's still a little bit of confusion with the verb to be. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. No worries. I don't want to keep you longer, guys. Let me just explain something about next week. So in 2 weeks, we're going to continue with relative clauses. Okay, that's going to happen in 2 weeks. However, next week, let me just tell you what date is next week. Okay, so on the 6th of September, which is next week, you're going to have the first part of the mock test, which will be writing and listening. So the whole 2-hour class the first part of the class, you will need to write your three written tasks. 3 or 2, I forgot. I think there are 3. Yes. So you're gonna have to write a story. You're gonna have to write an article, and you're gonna have to write an email. And then in the second part of the class, you're gonna have the listening test. Remember, this is a mock test, okay? But this is pretty much similar, not pretty much, it's pretty much, again, pretty much. It is the same structure of the examination that you're going to do in end of November, beginning of December. I forgot the dates, but probably you know them, but that's fine. We still have plenty of time for that. Okay, so that will be next week. However, the week after, on the 13th, let me show you. I've already have everything planned over here. So on the 13th, you're gonna have the reading. It says writing, but you're only gonna have to do like one exercise writing. So that should be fine, okay? So remember, next week, you're doing the writing and the listening test. That will be your mock test. And from it, you're gonna get points. And then obviously we need to give a feedback to your parents. How much have you made the progress? Now, each one of you has made progress, that's for sure. But now we want to see how much. Is that enough progress or not? Okay. Therefore, I'm not going to give you any homework today, but what I would like you to do is, I want you to think about useful vocabulary that you can use in your stories. Okay. For example, when you're having a story, you need to make a story in the past tense. So make sure that you are going to practice the past tense, or remind yourself. With writing the email, make sure that you are remembering what you need to cover. And then you're also having the vocabulary, which is the most essential thing, I would say. So think about good vocabulary. Make sure you understand what you need to write. I'm pretty sure you do, because we've done this so many times. But then again, I just want you to go through the book and just remind yourself, like the letter, which is the email, you have the story, and you have the article that you need to write. Jason, I don't know why you're confused with the mock test. Mock test is a test, basically, but we call it the mock test because it's not your final test. So I'm not sure why you're confused with this. We've done already one. We've done in May or June. I think it was May. So it's going to be a test. Does anyone have any questions so far? No? Okay. So make sure next week your cameras are working, because I'm going to have to look at your faces, because I need to know if you're doing the test or someone else is doing it for you. Hopefully it will be you. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Obviously, I will reply to you. But if not, thank you so much for coming to class. No homework now, because you need to prepare yourself for the test. And I will see you in 7 days. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, teacher.